What if the numbness in your feet is not the most dangerous part of neuropathy? Many people believe that the tingling, burning, or occasional discomfort is the main issue. But in reality, the greatest risk often goes unnoticed until it is too late. It is the gradual loss of balance, confidence, and control over your own body. Imagine waking up one morning and feeling slightly unsteady as you take your first steps. You tell yourself it is just stiffness, something that comes with age. Later, you find yourself holding onto furniture as you walk across the room, just to feel secure. At first, it seems harmless, but over time, those small adjustments become habits, and those habits slowly reshape the way you move. For many older adults, this change happens quietly. The brain sends signals to the legs, but the response becomes delayed or weaker. A simple step no longer feels automatic. Turning around takes more effort. Walking across a familiar space requires more attention than before. These are not just minor inconveniences. They are early warning signs that your body is losing its ability to coordinate movement effectively. The real danger appears in everyday moments: stepping out of bed, walking to the kitchen, moving across a slightly uneven surface. These situations seem ordinary, yet they are where instability can lead to serious consequences. One small misstep can turn into a fall, and a fall can change everything. Recovery becomes longer, confidence drops, and independence may begin to fade. What makes this even more concerning is how easily these signs are dismissed. Many people assume it is just a normal part of getting older. They adapt instead of addressing the root of the problem. But neuropathy does not simply affect sensation. It disrupts communication between your brain and your body, making movements less reliable over time. The good news is that this process is not fixed. The body has the ability to reconnect, to relearn, and to regain control when given the right signals. Recognizing the problem early is the first step toward protecting your mobility and maintaining your independence. To understand why neuropathy affects balance and movement so deeply, you need to look beyond the feet themselves. The real issue often lies in the communication system between your brain and your lower body. Under normal conditions, every step you take is guided by a constant exchange of signals. Your brain sends instructions to your legs, and your feet send information back about pressure, position, and contact with the ground. This process happens so quickly that you are not even aware of it. When you walk, your body automatically adjusts to uneven surfaces, changes direction smoothly, and keeps you upright without conscious effort. But when neuropathy begins to interfere, this communication becomes disrupted. Think of it like a phone call with a weak signal. The message is still being sent, but parts of it are delayed, distorted, or completely lost. Your brain tells your foot to lift, but the response comes a fraction of a second too late. Your foot touches the ground, but the feedback about where it landed is unclear. Over time, these small delays add up and create instability. A simple example can be seen when walking across a room. In a healthy system, your foot naturally lifts high enough to avoid obstacles, but with reduced communication, that lift becomes smaller without you realizing it. Your steps may turn into a subtle shuffle. You might occasionally catch your toes on the floor or a rug. These are not random events. They are signs that your body is no longer receiving accurate information. Another everyday situation is turning around quickly. This action requires coordination between your core, legs, and feet. If the signals are not synchronized, your body hesitates. You may feel a brief loss of control or the need to grab onto something for support. That hesitation is your nervous system struggling to process and respond in time. What makes this condition challenging is that strength alone is not enough to fix it. You can have strong muscles and still feel unsteady if the timing and coordination are off. Balance is not just about power. It depends on how well your brain and body communicate. The encouraging part is that this connection can be improved. With the right movements and consistent practice, the nervous system can begin to rebuild those pathways. Signals become clearer, responses become faster, and your movements start to feel more natural again. The first exercise may look simple, but it plays a critical role in restoring the connection between your brain and your legs. Before working on strength or balance, your body needs to wake up its communication system. This is where the seated march becomes essential. To begin, sit in a firm, stable chair. Avoid soft surfaces that make it harder to maintain posture. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Sit upright with your chest gently lifted, as if a string is pulling the top of your head upward. This position helps improve circulation and allows signals to travel more efficiently through your body. Now slowly lift one knee, only as high as feels comfortable. Lower it back down with control, then switch to the other leg. Continue alternating in a steady rhythm. As you become more comfortable, you can naturally add arm movement, similar to walking. When your right knee lifts, your left arm moves forward, and vice versa. The key is not speed, but awareness. Move slowly enough that you can feel each step. Focus on the lifting and lowering motion, and pay attention to how your legs respond. Even if the sensation feels dull or delayed at first, that is completely normal. What matters is that you are reintroducing a pattern your body may have lost. Start with about 30 seconds, and gradually build up to 1 or 2 minutes. Your breathing should increase slightly, but you should still feel comfortable and in control. This exercise is especially helpful in the morning, when stiffness is more noticeable and circulation is lower. It can also be done during simple daily moments, such as sitting and resting. The benefit of this movement goes beyond basic motion. It helps improve blood flow, encourages nerve signaling, and rebuilds coordination. Many people notice that their legs feel lighter and more responsive after just a short session. By taking a minute to activate your body in this way, you prepare yourself for safer movement throughout the day. Instead of stepping forward with a system that feels slow or disconnected, you begin with a body that is more alert, coordinated, and ready to respond. The second exercise focuses on restoring control in one of the most important parts of walking, how your feet interact with the ground. Many people with neuropathy begin to change their walking pattern without realizing it. Their steps become shorter, quieter, and less defined. This often happens because the toes are no longer lifting properly, increasing the chance of stumbling. The heel-toe rock is designed to retrain this essential movement pattern. You can begin in a seated position if you feel unsure, or standing if you are more confident. Start by placing both feet flat on the floor, keeping your posture upright and stable. Slowly lift your heels off the ground while keeping your toes and the front of your feet pressed down. You should feel the muscles in your calves engage. Hold this position briefly, then gently lower your heels back down. Next, shift your weight slightly backward and lift your toes while keeping your heels planted. This will activate the muscles along the front of your lower legs. Continue alternating between these two movements, heels up, then toes up. The goal is not to rush, but to move with control. Pay attention to how the pressure shifts through your feet. When your heels lift, notice how your weight moves forward. When your toes lift, feel the shift toward your heels. This awareness is just as important as the movement itself. Start with 10 repetitions and gradually increase to 15 or 20 as it becomes more comfortable. If you choose to practice while standing, you can lightly hold on to a stable surface for support. This adds an extra level of balance training, similar to what your body experiences during walking. This exercise helps improve coordination, strengthens the lower legs, and retrains your body to recognize where your weight is at all times. Over time, many people notice that their steps become more deliberate and controlled. The feet begin to lift more naturally, reducing the risk of catching on the ground or uneven surfaces. By practicing this regularly, you are not just moving your feet. You are teaching your body how to step with confidence again, restoring a pattern that is essential for safe and steady movement. The third exercise shifts the focus from the feet alone to the coordination between your upper body, core, and lower body. Many people assume that balance depends only on strong legs, but in reality, it is a full-body process. Your brain, core muscles, and feet must work together in a coordinated way to keep you stable. To begin, sit near the front edge of a sturdy chair. Keep both feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Sit upright, allowing your spine to stay tall but relaxed. Before starting the movement, gently press your feet into the ground. This creates a sense of connection and helps your body recognize its position. Bring your hands together in front of you. You can lightly clasp them or keep them parallel. Start by lowering your hands toward one hip. From there, slowly reach diagonally across your body, lifting your arms toward the opposite side, as if drawing a line from your hip to above your shoulder. Then return to the starting position. Repeat this movement slowly and with control. After completing several repetitions on one side, switch directions. Move from the opposite hip to the other side. Aim for about 10 to 15 repetitions per side. adjusting the range of motion based on your comfort. The key to this exercise is not how high you reach, but how controlled and steady the movement feels. As your arms move, your core must stabilize your body to prevent you from leaning or losing balance. At the same time, your feet remain grounded, sending information back to your brain. This combination helps retrain coordination throughout your body. You may notice subtle shifts in your balance or a gentle engagement in your core muscles. These are positive signs that your body is reconnecting its internal systems. If the movement feels challenging, simply slow it down. A slower pace allows your brain to process the motion more effectively. This exercise is especially useful for everyday actions like turning, reaching, or changing direction. These moments require quick coordination, and improving this ability can make your movements feel smoother and more controlled. With regular practice, many people find that their body feels more connected as a whole. Movements become more natural, and the sense of stability improves, even in situations that once felt uncertain. The fourth exercise focuses on one of the most essential abilities for safe movement: balancing on one leg. While it may seem simple, this is something your body relies on constantly. Every step you take is, in essence, a brief moment of standing on one leg. When this ability weakens, even everyday movements can begin to feel uncertain. To practice this safely, stand near a stable surface such as a countertop, table, or sturdy chair. Keep one or both hands lightly resting on the support. The goal is not to rely on it completely, but to have it there for confidence and stability. Begin by shifting your weight onto one leg. Instead of lifting the other foot completely off the ground right away, place it slightly behind you with the toes touching the floor. This creates a kickstand position, giving you extra balance while still allowing the standing leg to do most of the work. Keep a slight bend in the knee of your standing leg. Avoid locking it straight, as this reduces muscle engagement. When the knee is slightly bent, the muscles in your leg and ankle remain active, helping you maintain stability. Hold this position for about 10 to 30 seconds, depending on your comfort level. As you hold the position, you may notice small adjustments in your ankle or leg. These subtle movements are a natural part of balance. They show that your body is actively working to keep you upright. Try to stay relaxed and focused, breathing steadily as you maintain the position. After completing one side, switch to the other leg and repeat. Aim for a few rounds on each side. As your balance improves, you can gradually reduce your reliance on support, perhaps using just one fingertip or briefly letting go for a few seconds. This exercise helps strengthen the muscles responsible for stability and improves your body's ability to respond to shifts in weight. It is especially useful for moments like stepping up, turning, or standing still without support. With consistent practice, many people begin to feel more confident in their movements. Standing becomes steadier, and the hesitation that once appeared during simple actions gradually fades. This renewed sense of control can make a meaningful difference in how you move throughout your day. The fifth exercise focuses on a part of the body that is often overlooked but plays a critical role in balance and stability: the toes and the small muscles in your feet. While many people concentrate on strengthening their legs, they may not realize that true stability begins at the very base of the body. When neuropathy affects the feet, it often reduces both sensation and control. The toes may become less responsive, and the ability to grip or adjust to the ground weakens over time. This can make walking feel less secure, especially on uneven surfaces. The towel scrunch is a simple yet effective way to reactivate these small but important muscles. To begin, sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Place a small towel on the ground in front of you. Position one foot at the edge of the towel and take a moment to notice how it feels beneath your toes. Even if the sensation is faint, this awareness is an important part of the exercise. Now, using only your toes, try to grip the towel and pull it toward you. Spread your toes slightly, then curl them inward to gather the fabric. Release and repeat the motion. Move slowly and with intention, focusing on each contraction and release. At first, this may feel unfamiliar or even difficult. Your toes may not respond as easily as expected, and that is completely normal. Aim for about 10 to 15 repetitions with each foot. As you practice, you may begin to notice improved control and a stronger connection between your brain and your feet. If the exercise becomes easier, you can increase the challenge by using small objects like coins or marbles, picking them up with your toes and placing them in a container. This exercise helps strengthen the foundation of your balance. It improves fine motor control in the feet and encourages better awareness of how your body interacts with the ground. Over time, many people find that their steps feel more stable and their movements more confident. By training these small muscles regularly, you are supporting the entire system that keeps you steady. Even though the movement is simple, its impact can extend to how securely and naturally you move throughout your daily life. At first glance, these movements may seem like simple physical activities, but their true value goes far beyond basic exercise. They are not just about strengthening muscles or increasing flexibility. Their primary purpose is to restore communication within your body, especially between your brain, nerves, and muscles. When neuropathy disrupts this connection, the body does not lose ability all at once. Instead, it gradually becomes less efficient. Signals travel more slowly, responses become less precise, and coordination starts to fade. This is why movements that once felt natural can begin to feel uncertain or delayed. Each of the exercises you have learned targets a different part of this communication system. The seated march helps re-establish rhythm and timing between your brain and legs. The heel-toe rock retrains how your feet sense pressure and position. The diagonal reach connects your upper body and core to your lower body, improving coordination. The single leg stand challenges your balance in a controlled way, helping your body adapt to real-life situations. The towel scrunch brings attention back to the small muscles in your feet, strengthening your foundation. Together, these movements create a complete system of retraining. They stimulate blood flow, encourage nerve signaling, and rebuild awareness of how your body moves through space. This process is often referred to as re-education of the nervous system. It is not about forcing the body to perform, but about guiding it to function more effectively again. Another important point is that these exercises promote confidence. When your body responds more reliably, your mind becomes more at ease. Movements feel smoother, and the hesitation that once accompanied simple actions begins to decrease. In this way, these exercises serve a deeper purpose. They help restore trust between your brain and your body. And when that trust returns, it becomes easier to move with stability, control, and a greater sense of independence in your daily life. The long-term impact of these exercises becomes clearer when you consider two different paths. On one path, a person chooses to stay consistent with simple daily movements. On the other, the signs of imbalance and reduced coordination are ignored. In the first scenario, small efforts made each day begin to add up. The body gradually becomes more responsive. Movements feel smoother, and balance improves over time. Walking across a room feels more natural. Standing up, turning, or stepping onto different surfaces becomes easier and more controlled. With this improvement comes a growing sense of confidence. The need to rely on support decreases, and daily activities feel less stressful. In the second scenario, nothing changes. The early signs, such as slight unsteadiness or slower reactions, are dismissed. Over time, these issues tend to progress. Steps may become shorter and less stable. Movements that once felt automatic may require more attention. Confidence begins to decline, leading to more cautious behavior. This often results in reduced activity, which can further weaken the body's ability to respond effectively. Another important difference lies in independence. When balance and coordination are maintained, it becomes easier to continue daily routines without assistance. Simple tasks like moving around the home, going outside, or handling everyday responsibilities remain manageable. However, when these abilities are not supported, even routine actions can start to feel challenging. What makes this comparison important is that the difference between these two paths is not determined by large or complex changes. It is shaped by small, consistent actions. A few minutes each day can help maintain the systems that support safe movement. By choosing to stay active and engaged with these exercises, you are not only improving how you feel today, but also supporting your ability to move confidently in the future. Your body is constantly giving you signals. Sometimes they are clear and sometimes they are subtle. The question is whether you choose to respond while you still have the chance. The small moments of unsteadiness, the hesitation in your steps, the need to hold on to support, these are not just changes to accept, but opportunities to take action. You do not need complicated routines or drastic changes. What matters most is consistency. Just a few minutes each day can help your body stay connected, responsive, and ready to move with confidence. Think about the life you want to continue living, moving freely, feeling secure, and staying independent in your daily routine. That future is shaped by the choices you make today. Start simple, stay consistent, and give your body the attention it needs to support you for years to come.